ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bombers. I'm Amajal Knowles with your ZNS Total Sports. Well, it was the layup heard around the world, sending reverberations throughout the college basketball landscape last night. Bahamian Nathan Bain and Stephen F. Austin Lumberjacks went into Cameron Indoor and did the unthinkable. Bain's coast-to-coast layup gave Stephen F. Austin an 85-83 win over number 1 Duke, the Blue Devils' first home loss to a non-conference opponent since 2000, and their first loss ever to a non-major opponent as a number 1 team. Bain would finish the game with 11 points and 5 rebounds.
I knew they was going to get it. I was preparing myself to go into next overtime to battle against these dudes who I give credit to. Duke is the mecca of basketball, so a lot of credit to them. But I saw my teammate grab it, and I looked up at the clock. We had about 2.6 seconds. I was like, I got to get on my horse. I know he saw me. So I'm just go as fast as I can and try to lay it up. It's like a layup drill, and I can feel a dude on my back, so I laid it up, and I just prayed to go. I just prayed to go in. I wasn't sure if the dude was going to foul me or not at the end, so I wanted to get it on the rim just to give us a chance. You know, you do layup drills from the moment you touch a basketball, and that was just another one. It's a different pressure when someone chasing your back for the game, but it's a layup. Man, I'm trying real hard not to get emotional. You know, my family lost a whole lot this year. I'm not going to cry on TV. My family lost a whole lot this year. And, I'm just playing this game for them, you know? Just playing for my SFA family, my family back home in the Bahamas. You know, I just want to make my country proud. And my whole team that's behind me, my other 2 seniors, you know, John cramped out, but he was giving us energy. Keep on provided a spark for us, you know, it's a team effort. You know, when everything happened early inside the year, you know, they had my back, and I just wanted to return the favor.
Now, the new star of the internet also receiving lots of love in the form of financial donations. Bain's GoFundMe to help restore and rebuild his community in Grand Bahama, which was devastated by Hurricane Dorian, was at roughly $5,000 heading into Wednesday night. That figure as of this broadcast is well over $60,000. Certainly a heartwarming gesture by college basketball. In more college basketball news, the Ole Miss women's basketball team withstood adversity and a defiant last quarter charge by Sam Houston State, holding on to defeat the Bearcats last night in a wild game, 75-69. The Rebels, who are 4-2, led by double digits for the majority of the game, holding an 18-point lead by the 4:17 mark of the third quarter and a 14-point lead heading into the final frame. Sam Houston State would put together a splendid fourth quarter, shooting 57% from the field. But Bahamian guard Valerie Nesbitt, who came into Tuesday night on the heels of her best performance of her collegiate career after becoming the first Rebel to record 8 steals and 8 assists in the same game, the Bahamian native had another great game, leading the way for the Lady Rebs to the tune of 18 points, 6 steals, and 3 assists to help them secure the win. College hoops also being played over in the north this weekend at the Gateway Christian Academy Gym over in Bimini, and a new champion was crowned in the Junkanoo Jam. Our partner from the north, Jay Philippe, was there and filed this report.
There were some very exciting games in this year's 2019 Junkanoo Jam basketball tournament. 4 Division I men's team took part in this year's tournament with some pretty exciting games. Some of those games came down to the wire. Let's take a look. In the feature game of the final night, it was Duquesne University out of Pennsylvania taking on a very good Loyola Marymount team. The Dukes out of the A-10 conference started the game trailing 9-0, but was able to mount a comeback in the first half to take the lead. Duquesne University then went on an 8-0 run and never looked back as they cruised to victory 71-50 to remain beaten at 6-0 for the year. Leading the charge for Duquesne was Michael Hughes, who scored 12 points in the championship game.
I've been working with these guys since the beginning of June. We've been grinding. We've gone through a lot as a team. We got blood, sweat, and tears. That's all I basically have to say about what we put into this. And this on our hat tells us we came out champions today, and we're going to keep it rolling going into the rest of the winter. And we'll see what comes in March. It shows that we can really battle, we can fight. But it also shows that we have a lot to improve on before we end up hitting the conference play. So we have to finish out non-conference really strong as a team and be able to lock in and execute a lot more throughout the season.
Head coach Keith Dambrot says this tournament will be a confidence booster for his team as they head back to non-conference play.
Having to play 3 games in 4 days really helps you when you get to the conference tournament, because in order to win the conference, you have to win that conference tournament, and that's what you have to do. But we're just very fortunate. We got really good guard play from Sincere Carey, and he guarded their best player, did a great job. So we're very fortunate.
I'm Jay Philippe, ZNS
Total Sports.
And with the battle for Atlantis getting underway, the A teams are ready to go. One of the more notable names, perennial powerhouse North Carolina Tar Heels, came in on Sunday, and they said this might be paradise, but for coaches and players, this is still a business trip.
Oh, this is a business trip. This is we're very excited about being here. We always love visiting Nassau, but we're trying to get better as a team, and we'll start practice again tomorrow and then get ready for the games on Wednesday. And our goal is to win every game here, and our goal is when we leave here that we're a better team than when we landed. And so it's an exciting tournament, great competition, and it'll be fun to play in.
We're in the Bahamas. It's like paradise, man. It's really nice around here. So we just got to stick to our main goal of winning the tournament. So that's what we're focused on, and that's what we want to do, is come down here, have fun, but also win the tournament.
A record-breaking performance from Bahamian Devontae Carey as he would set a new national record in the 100-meter backstroke, competing for McHenry University, the only D2 school competing at the D1 event. Devontae spoke to the ZNS Total Sports team about the feat.
So competition was really tight going into that meet, but on the last day, which was Sunday, I swam in the long course portion of the meet, and I swam the 100-meter backstroke, and I broke the 100-meter backstroke Bahamas record by about 2/10. That was a record set by Christopher Vestukis in Athens at the 2004 Olympic Games. So it's a big privilege to break a record like that from a past Olympian and so forth. But during that meet, during the race, I just was trying to get to the wall as fast as I can. I had a new race strategy. I didn't go out as fast as I normally do. I normally control myself now when I swim in races. So my first 50, I took it out a little bit slower than I normally do, and I really just focused on that second 50, just coming back strong, keeping those arms moving and legs kicking. So it was pretty much a good swim, I think. I really think I could go faster, saying that I wasn't shaved and fully rested. So that's a race I'm really looking forward to in Barbados next year at the Carifta Games.
This past weekend was the National Sports Awards, and being honored with the Community Sports Award was a pillar in the local sporting community. Fred Papa Smith, having impacted hundreds of persons in multiple disciplines, reflected on what the award meant to him.
Well, this really for the kids, because that's who keep me going. You know, I work in the community with youngsters between the age of 7 to 17, and it's a camp that I run. It's free of charge, and you know, I give them uniform, and well, just help in the community, you know. And I was surprised, honestly, because I didn't know nothing about this award, so I was surprised. But I thank the people who organize it, the ministry, and you know, like I telling somebody, you just go in there and you just do what you have to do, and like once somebody said once, somebody can notice you. But I just do it because I love doing it and just giving back to the community.
As well as some of the notable legends he inspired.
Been coaching from I was 13 years old. So, and I'm 71. You do the maths, all right? You do the maths. So I started the Cougars Club when I was about 18, and I coached from there. You know, fellas say, well, he older than you. I say, I coach fellas older than me. Doesn't matter, you know. I could name some of the fellas I coach, you know, who went on.
Someone like who?
Well, I coached Sterling Quan and Bucky Johnson, and you know, a lot of guys who were prominent in the society, you know, just to name a few.
Over the weekend, Impact Tennis Academy School Initiative visited Fresh Creek, Andress, and conducted 2 in-class tennis sessions, as well as a community clinic. The clinic was conducted by Academy founders Owen Forbes and Ricardo Demerit, as well as organized by physical education teacher Felicia Cartwright. The clinic had 35-plus kids from North, Central, and South Andress in attendance. And that's been a look at sports. A quick check on weather is up next.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.